Good morning. It's Monday morning, inspirational talk. I've already got Miss Linda out the door. I am dressed and I am going to see my daddy this morning. And it's tough. It's tough. But I'm gonna do the Monday morning inspirational. It's about 49 degrees here at my house, a little chilly, not bad. I didn't even build a fire this morning since I got all this to do too. So go see him. I wasn't no sense in building it. Today's inspirational talk is called A Matter of the Heart. A Matter of the Heart. Jesus is incredible, and he's worth following with your whole life. And this goes into having a defiled heart. A defiled heart has its root on the inside. The Bible scripture says, whatever you say or do is coming from your heart. So that tells people about yourself. A defiled heart reveals its fruit on the outside. When it comes out, what you say, what you do. What is the symptoms of a defiled heart? Evil thoughts. Evil thoughts. When the heart's desire begins to establish a sinful plan. Evil thoughts. And it could be any kind of evil thought. Just anything that's not good, not wholesome. Sexual immortality, general word that refers to any sexual sin contrary to God's will. We know what it is. Theft, a desire to take from another what is not yours. And that's not always physically stealing something, That could be doing something that takes their joy or brings them down, talking to them a certain way, things like that. Murder. We all know what murder is. Deliberately ending an innocent life. We know what that is. Adultery. Violating the marriage covenant by engaging in sexual behavior, mentally or physically, with someone that you are not married to. Coveting. A desire for more at the expense or exploitation of others. And I think that's one of the sins we probably see a lot of. Coveting your neighbor, coveting your friend. We probably see that a lot in the world. We just see a lot of bad things, people doing stuff like that. Wickedness, a desire to cause harm to another person. And that's narcissism too. Narcissism is a bad thing. I don't know if you've ever really met. I have. I've worked with them. I've met them. I know them right now. Narcissistic people, and they're not the kind of people you can really deal with. They're not the kind of people that you can. It's hard to have a relationship with a narcissistic person because they're all about themselves. They're not gonna. They're not capable really of being a friend because everything's about me. So stay clear of narcissistic people. Deceit, the desire to deceive another person for your own benefit. People do it all the time. I've seen men do it with their wives and their family, and I know women that's done it, and it's just not being deceitful is horrible. It's anything you do for your own benefit that hurts another person's not good. Sensuality, the desire to act upon every passion without restraint. This includes excessive violence, unbridled sexual activity, and gluttony. Excessive, it says excessive, a desire to act upon every passion. you gotta have control, and the best way to have control is God. Having your faith in Him, and He'll keep you on the right path. I mean, we're all sinners. We're all sinners. We all sin. God's forgiveness is bountiful. Envy, the desire that is willing to be satisfied with what that is unwilling to be satisfied with what you have. There is a belief that God is holding out on you. So envy, basically, you're envying other people for what they have. And I've never been that kind of person. This guy's got a $800,000 house. I don't care. I could care less. Because one thing, I don't want an $800,000 house. Or if he's got a big Mac Daddy, F-250 Ford with all the bells and the whistles and 4-wheel drive and all this stuff, and I've got an F-150, I don't care. I'm just not an envious person. I don't care what other people have. I have to worry about my life, so I could care less, And I know a lot of people that's envious like that, and they're never satisfied in life. They're never. They got to have, they got to have a new car every 2 years. I got some family members that they've been married probably for 10 years, and they've had seven new houses in that length of time. They'll keep a house for about 2 years and sell it and get a bigger one. And they'll say, well, this one had too many steps, or this one didn't have this, or this. But then they buy one just like it, but it's bigger. They got to have the next greatest vehicle. And I don't do that. I'm pretty content with what I have. Things will not make you happy. Remember that. Things will not make you happy. Slander, defaming or speaking evil of another person to make yourself feel better. That's terrible. That's terrible. Pride. Oh, pride. Pride. We could talk about pride for days and days. Pride, arrogance, and haughtiness. The arrogant belief that your desires are justified. And we see it. We see it. We see it all throughout the country. See it in Hollywood. We see it in the government. And it's when you put yourself above your needs above other people. We see that. I see it. I know people that's that way. Very prideful, very arrogant. You can't, they're the kind of people that they never say they're sorry. They never apologize. They never do anything like that. It's a very, very bad personality trait. Foolishness. The senseless desire to ignore God's wisdom. And we all do that sometimes. We all do some foolishness, some foolishness stuff, foolish stuff. We all do that. I do it. I've done it. We all do it. The basic problem of fallen humanity is not what we do, but who we are. Who we are. And you will be found out eventually. Real filth, impurity, and defilement are inside and unseen. But eventually they will show themselves. They will show themselves. That's a big statement. And this guy, Daniel Aiken, wrote it. The basic problem of fallen humanity and I'm going to read it again, is not what we do, but who we are. Real filth, impurity, and defilement are inside and unseen, but eventually they will show themselves. Remember that. What are 3 crucial truths to remember when dealing with a defiled heart? Facing the ugly truth of our sin is painful but necessary. It's painful but necessary. We don't want to admit we sin. I sin. I'm a sinner. I ask God for forgiveness, every day. Every day. You have to do it every day. Understanding the full weight of sin is essential. That's important. How does sin hurt us spiritually? We lose intimacy and fellowship with God. Man, I don't want to lose that. We lose the joy of salvation, of our salvation, Psalms 51:12. We derail our spiritual growth, quench the Holy Spirit's minister in our life. We are robbed of our joy and peace. We lose confidence in prayer. Our prayers will go unanswered. That's scary. That's scary right there. That's scary. We trample God's grace. I'm going to read it again. We trample God's grace. I know I've done it. I know I've done it before. Lost blessings and favor from God. Deuteronomy 28:15-68. We face judgment, either our own or of God's. We risk death. Jesus is the only cure for a defiled heart. You cannot successfully change a behavior until God has changed your heart. Sin is no joke. I thought that was a great message. And you know, I'm sitting here. I can tell you, I'm a sinner. You know, we all sin. We don't necessarily go out and do it on purpose, but we have a sinful nature. You know, that's why God sacrificed His Son, because we have a sinful nature. You know, so we have to. You know, we have to. You know, I have to stay in the Bible. I have to pray. Keep me going in the right path. You know. Yeah, I'm a weak, you know, I can be a weak man sometimes. Yeah, we all can. But I thought that was great. So anyway, that's my devotional today, my inspirational talk. So what am I carrying? I am carrying a large trapper. And I told y'all when I got this Smoky Mountain Valley, I was going to carry it. It's carbon steel, beautiful knife. Carrying my little pocket organizer. I got my little single blade mini trapper and my flashlight. I'm not carrying this bookmark. It came out of this book. Carrying my Hank. Linda made me this one this weekend. We made a bunch of them, so we've got some on Etsy. Yeah, we made some case ones too. Carrying that. Carrying my, if I can get it out, y'all. Carrying my Zippo. Miss Linda got me this Zippo for Christmas. It's got the stars. Look at there. Ain't that pretty? It's Budamus. Love my Zippo, man. Carrying this challenge coin. It's got put the whole armor of God. Pray always. That's a good. Got this little wooden cross. I made this thing several years ago. Got that, and I got me a new Saudi that I'm carrying in this slip, and this is one of the crossroads, and this is a natural micarta, and this is a beautiful, beautiful Saudi. It's natural micarta. Like I said, I got the black one, the black micarta, and it's got the S35VN. It's got the nail neck, the cut out nail neck. Very light, very lightweight. It's got the double X. Love these things. I don't know what else all they're going to come out with. I wish they'd come out with a 75 or a copper lock or a trapper would be awesome. So that's what I'm carrying today. I got my watch, got my Timex, got that on. I got my bracelet. I got my leather bracelet I made for myself. That's what I'm toting today. Got my, look at here. Miss Linda got me that for Christmas. So now when I wear it, I said, "You believe in Bigfoot?" I say, "Not really," but I said, you know, it's a fun little thing to just to talk about, especially when you live up here in the mountains. It's fun to talk about it, and you know, kind of have some fun with it. I mean, it's a myth. Nobody knows. You know, I do know there's some places up there in them mountains in Georgia on the Cohutta that no humans ever saw. They've never been, so you don't know. But I don't necessarily believe in them. No. But you never know. So anyways, that's my video for today. I hope y'all have a great day. We got New Year coming up here soon. I hope everybody has a great rest of this year, and I hope you start off great next year, and hope everybody's prosperous for the new year. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go see my pop. Y'all have a great day. Keep your blades sharp.